really awesome card trick and tutorial. Now, this one does require some gimmicks, so I do apologize if you can't do this trick due to not having the specific gimmicks. So I apologize in advance. If you don't want to see this because you can't do it, then you're welcome to leave the video right now. But for those of you who want to see this trick, please stick around, maybe leave a like, and please comment. So now, again, I'm not going to talk too much. I want to get into this insane trick. So, I have a normal pack of cards here, and you can see all the cards are completely different. They're in no particular order. Now, of course, with every trick, you have to give the cards a shuffle. Otherwise, the spectator may suspect that the deck is in some kind of order, and we do not want that. So, we'll give the cards a few shuffles and a few cuts, and then we'll be ready to go. But before we get into this, I want to draw your attention to this packet of cards that was sitting here before I even took these cards out of the box. Now, these 1, 2, 3, 4 cards are a little bit different than the rest, because these are not ordinary cards. All 4 of these cards are actually blank cards. Now, these cards are going to be an important role in the trick. So let's take a look at this. I need the spectator to select a card. So I'm going to riffle through the cards and just say stop at any time. Stop right there. Alright, perfect. So here's your selection, and we don't need the rest of the deck. All we're going to need is your selection and the 4 blank cards. So now let's take a look at the card that you selected. What do you think you selected? Want to take your best guess? Well, if you would have guessed the 9 of spades, then you definitely would have been correct. So you picked that 9 of spades. Now here is my goal. My goal for this trick is I want to take the remaining 3 blank cards and turn them into your selection. So let's see if we can do this. We'll take this packet, give it a bit of a shake, and you'll notice that 1 card magically changes into the 9 of spades. Pretty cool, huh? So we'll take this and set it down right over here. And then we will continue. So now, 2 cards have been down, but now that we have still 2 more blank cards left to go. So all I have to do is give these blank cards a bit of a shake, and you'll notice again, 1 of those cards will turn into the 9 of spades. So now that we've done that, we'll set those down, leaving us with just 1 blank card left. So we'll take this blank card, and we need to change this into the 9 of spades. So we take the cards and we just shove it over and give it another shake, and you'll notice, once again, that too will turn into the 9 of spades. So that's pretty amazing. But again, you may not believe me, so I can show you all 4 cards in a lineup. I can show we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 of spades, clear as day. So now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the 1, 2, 3, 4 cards, and we need to change these back to blank cards. So, we'll take the 9 of spades, and now all it takes is just a bit of a shake and a little bit of flourish, and you'll notice that now we are left with, once again, 1, 2, 3, 4 blank cards. So now, of course, that leaves us with your original selection, plus the 1, 2, 3, 4 blank cards. So anyways, guys, that is the trick. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So now let's get straight into the tutorial. Hopefully you stuck around for the tutorial. Now, I do want to apologize for that camera cut at the end. My camera kind of like stopped recording, but I figured it'd be easier if I just picked up right where I left off, and that was all I had to do. Show that your card appeared at the bottom and the 4 blank cards were still there. So I apologize for that camera cut. Anyways, like I said, this is a gimmick trick. You do need some blank cards. So if you do not have the gimmicks that I'm about to show you, then I'll see you in the next video, and then peace out. If you do, or you just want to see how this is done, then make sure to stick around for this, and I'll teach you how this amazing trick is done. So let's get right into it. Here's what you're going to need. You're going to need any ordinary pack of cards. This is all completely normal. Any deck of cards will do. Now, once you have your deck of cards, you're going to need 3 blank cards, obviously with the same color back as your deck. Then you're going to need, take out any card from this deck. I chose the 9 of spades. Then you're going to take you need to get a duplicate, obviously, of the card. Then you need to get a second duplicate, but this second duplicate needs to have a blank card on the back. So yes, this is probably the most annoying gimmick to find, but that's really all you need. 3 blank cards, and then take out a card, a duplicate, and then another duplicate with a blank back. So that's what you need to perform this trick. Once you have those cards, then you're going to set up the deck in a very specific way. Here's the setup. You're going to take 1 blank card and set it on top of the deck. Now you're going to take your double-sided blank and 9 of spades, or whatever card you're going to use. This goes on top. Then you take one of your regular blank cards that goes in the second position. Then you take your 2 regular 9 of spades, or whatever card you're using, and just set them in the third and fourth position, and then a regular blank card in the last position. And then you're going to take these cards, leave them off to the side, and then you can have the deck in the box, and then you'll be ready to go. So here's how you're going to start off. So you're going to come out. Now you can shuffle the deck of cards if you want. Just make sure you maintain the blank card on top, which the funny part is I did not do that. It actually went to the center. So you have your blank card on top. Again, you can shuffle the cards. Just make sure you maintain the blank card on top. And if you want, you can also give the cards a few false cuts if you want. Do anything you want. Just make sure that this blank card stays on top of the deck. Then you're going to want to introduce your 4 blank cards. So what you're going to do is just hold the cards at middle grip, which is the thumb on this edge, the middle ring finger on this edge, and then your index finger kind of hanging over the middle. Just peel off 1, 2, 3, and then hold this 4th card as a double. This is 2 cards as 1. And then basically just reverse count them back into their original order. Flip them over and say they're all blank cards. Now, you're all set up to do an Elmsley count. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to teach you how to do the Elmsley count because it would take a little bit too much time in this video. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link in the description below to the best possible Elmsley count tutorial I can find for you guys in case you don't know how to do the Elmsley count. So, if you don't know how to do the Elmsley count, go learn that sleight, and then come back and then get to this trick. Okay, so hopefully you've learned the Elmsley count by now. So once you learn your Elmsley count, just carry out your Elmsley count to show you have 4 blank cards. Flip the cards over and set them down. So now what you're going to do is you're going to force the spectator to pick any card that they would really like. But again, it is really not a free choice. It is really a force. Now, here is what's going to happen. You can force the card in your favorite method, but the method that I used in the performance was a riffle force. And the way you do this is you just swing cut a portion of cards, about half the deck, and take that other half, but set it down, but don't set it down all the way. Make sure you keep a pinky break between these 2 halves. Now, all you're going to do is use your thumb and riffle down the side of the deck and tell the spectator they can say stop whenever they want. Now, it doesn't matter where they say stop. What you're going to do is wherever they say stop, even if it's not where you want them to, because you're forcing this edge by the break, you're just going to close the deck up where they say stop and lift up from the break. And then that will always come to the blank card. So on full speed, it looks like this. Alright, so just tell me where to stop. Stop, right there. Okay, boom. So it looks like I went right where they say stop, but in reality, I just cut right to the break. So I'm pretty sure that's self-explanatory. Now you're going to take that blank card, set it down, and then you can take the rest of the deck and set it off to the side. It is irrelevant for the rest of the trick. So they think they picked a random card. They have no clue that they've actually selected a blank card. Now you're going to take the top card off of this pile. Now this one is actually a 9 of spades. Now this is what you're going to use as your selection. And the way you're going to do this is by doing something called the Mexican turnover. So you want to make this look like that this card was the 9 of spades. And the way you're going to do this is you're going to put your finger right here just so it holds the card in place. You're going to come with this card. You're going to scoop under it. Use your thumb as you pick it up. Peel this top card back. Then flip the whole thing over. And it makes you look like they picked the 9 of spades. And they're going to believe you because you showed this packet as all 4 blank cards earlier. So when they see this blank card, they're going to be like, okay, you used that blank card to turn over this card. They're not going to think anything of it. And at full speed, it might look a little something like this. So here's the card you selected. Now, I probably do the Mexican turnover not as great as other people. And I want you to keep in mind, if you do realize what I'm doing, that's because of how close in the camera is. In real life, people are not going to detect this Mexican turnover move. Just keep that in mind. So you say, okay, you selected the 9 of spades, and set the blank card next to this pile, and then pick this pile back up again. Now you're going to flip over this pile, and say, now we're going to take these 3 blank cards, make them turn to 9s. So hold the cards a bit of grip again, peel off 1 card, peel off the 2nd card, and then hold that 3rd card as a double, making sure not to flesh that 9, and just set it right on top. So now here's what you're going to do. This is what you have. This is your little setup. Now all you're going to do is make sure you keep a nice tight grip on the edges, and you're just going to peel off the top and bottom card. And what that'll leave you with is a double right over here. Again, just make sure don't flesh that blank card. Make sure you keep a nice grip on this 9. So again, all you're doing from here is just peeling off the top and bottom card and showing the 9. Take this double, put it on the bottom of this packet, flip it over, turn this 9 over, and now set this card down. Now this is actually a blank card because you were holding the double. Excuse me, guys. And then next you're going to take these, and now you're just going to peel off 1 card and then show both backs. Because remember, there's supposed to be 2 cards here. In reality, you do have 3, so you are holding that 2nd card as a double. So just peel off and show the backs. Take the single card, the one that's just 1 card, and put it on the bottom of these 2, just like this. Now you're going to do the same thing again, and just give it the shake, and now just slide over that top card, and then show that 9. Again, you're holding this as a double. Just be careful not to flash that card in behind. So you have that. Put the cards back together, just like that. You're not switching the cards at all. Turn this over, and then set this card down. Now, one thing I do want to mention is be careful when you're pushing this card over, because you don't want to accidentally push this card over, because you have 2 cards, supposedly. So when you push this card over, you don't want it to move, because obviously if you take 2 cards and push over 1, there's going to be 1 card left in your hand, and obviously there's a double here, so you don't want them to see that double. So from here, here's what you're going to have. So just turn over the 9, and if you want to, you can do that little twirl I did in the performance just for a little extra pizzazz. So hold this card again as a double. Make it look like 1 card as close as you possibly can. You actually have that face-up 9 at the bottom. Take the group of face-down cards, set it on top of the double, and now all you have to do from here is give it another shake. Slide off the bottom card, showing the 9, taking this whole packet, and then flipping it over. Now, I do know I'm going kind of fast with this trick, but everything I'm saying is self-explanatory, so I'm sure it's pretty easy to follow. So now, once you've done that, you're going to do another Elmsley count, because if you look, you're set up perfectly. Now you're going to show you have 4 9s. Perform your Elmsley count. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can show your 4 9s. Now from here, you're going to turn the packet over, and this is what your setup is now. You have 4 face-down cards, then you have your double right here, or not your double, I should say, your back-to-back card, face-to-face, whatever you want to call it. Now, you're going to peel off and show you have 4 cards. You go 1, 2, 3, and then obviously you don't want to show the extra face-down card, so hold this as a double, say this is 4, and as you set it down, stick your pinky in here so you can get a pinky break, just like this. So that's what you're really doing. Then you're going to take this, do a double lift, and just turn it over. So you count off the cards, hold the last card as a double, set it down in the pinky break, do a double lift. Pretty self-explanatory. Now from here, you're going to say we're going to turn these all back to blank cards, and you're going to do something called the through the fist flourish. And again, at full speed, it looked a little something like this. So now, basically, it's really simple. All you're doing is turning your hand over and pushing the cards through. That's all you're doing. So again, it just looks a little something like this. Again, so all you're doing, just turning your hand over and pushing the cards through with your thumb. So you're doing this motion as you turn your hand. and that's called through the fist flourish. That's pretty easy. So do it one more time just in case you didn't get it. Hold it like this, and use your thumb to push the cards down as you turn your fist over, so it looks like you're doing a little flourish, and all of a sudden it goes blank. So it's kind of like a printing press kind of thing. That's what it kind of looks like. It just looks like you're wiping the ink away, therefore making it look pretty magical. From here, take that blank card on the table, set it back on top. Now, you have a nice thick portion of cards here, so you're doing another Elmsley count, but this one is probably the most difficult Elmsley count because of how many cards there are. So, as you guys know, if once you do the Elmsley count, you take that one card, you push off the whole block. Now, just be careful when you're grabbing that big portion because you don't want to flash any of the other cards. Do your Elmsley count as normal. And then you show the 4 blank cards, and then you can give it another shake, showing the their card magically appears back at the bottom. And that's the part I was getting to show you guys at the end of the performance, but the camera cut, so I had to just kind of pick up where I left off in the next recording. So then from here, all you have to do is just push over all 4 blank cards again, and just show that all of them are blank once again. So, that is the trick, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Now, I know the instructions might be a little complicated, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. But if you guys aren't getting it and you're still confused, just drop any questions you may have in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them for you, and I'll clarify any mistakes you may have. So, that is it for the trick. But before I end this video, I do have a few things I would like to say. First of all, there are 4 days until the contest results are going to be announced, because it does end in 4 days. And I don't have a lot of entries, so if you want to get a shout out on my Instagram page, please submit your videos soon. And if you still have no idea what my contest is about and you haven't seen the video, then make sure you check out the description. I'll have a link to the video. Or you can click on the corner right about now, and that'll take you over to my contest. Also, please help me reach 100 subscribers. We have 71 subscribers right now. My first goal is 100. My goals will get bigger as I reach 100. But my first goal is 100. And at 100 subscribers, I will be releasing 2 videos that I know you guys are waiting for. So the first one is a video where I did a performance of a really cool trick, but I'm not revealing it to till I reach 100 subs. If you have not seen that trick yet, then check out the link in the description or click in the corner right about now, and then I'll take you over to that video. Also, at 100 subscribers, I will be releasing a end screens and annotations tutorial. And if I'm feeling generous, which I usually do, I may release a video on how to create an intro, like my new intro that I have right now. Obviously, I got a little more professional with my intro, so now that I know how to do that, I may release a video for that so you guys know what you're doing. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Make sure to leave a comment below, like this video, and of course, subscribe to the channel like I said. Help me reach my 100 sub goal, and after I reach 100 subs, my goals will get bigger from there. And if you do want to know all my future goals, obviously the main goal is to reach 1 million one day, but no rush for that. Check out my About section of my channel, and you can see all my future goals for the channel. So yeah, that is pretty much it, and when it comes to magic, follow your dreams. I will see you guys in the next video. Cardtrix 8, signing off. Peace out, guys.